Kentucky beat number 5 Tennessee the other day, and at this point the Wildcats have one of the best resumes in the country. Not only did this give Kentucky the season sweep over Tennessee, but it's also the Wildcats' 7th, count them, 7th Quad 1A win. Those are the best of the best, most high-quality wins you can have. They've got 7 of them. It's also their 5th win over a team ranked in the top 10, and their 5th win over a projected 1 or 2 seed. It's an absolutely stacked resume. And it's not just the quality of these wins, it's also how they're getting them. Kentucky was without Jackson Robinson for this game. They've been without Kirk Kriisa for a hot minute. Lamont Butler left the game with 8 minutes left and Kentucky only up 2. And despite being shorthanded, the Wildcats found a way to win. They've had a couple of shorthanded wins now. I think it's super impressive. It speaks to the depth of this team, speaks to the coaching. I think Mark Pope has done an incredible job despite being dealt some difficult hands. I think the Wildcats ultimately won because of their three-point shooting, 12 for 24 in this one, and they got it from multiple guys. 2 threes from Almanor, 3 from Kobe Brea, 3 from Trent Noah, 2 from Travis Perry. Again, the depth on this team, the way they play within Mark Pope's system is so impressive. Did a good job taking care of the ball as well. And it's that depth that allows this team to withstand losing such an important piece like Lamont Butler down the stretch. Obviously, you would like to have a guy like Lamont Butler in the game down the stretch, but one thing I appreciate about this Kentucky team so much is that even when something goes wrong, it doesn't feel like they fall apart. It doesn't feel like things completely go off the rails. Like, they stay competitive, they stay in the game, they're still able to grind out these wins, and that's just not something you could always say about the Coach Cal teams at the end of his tenure. On the Tennessee side, obviously the defense is really good, one of the best in the country. I didn't think it was the best in this game, not as sharp as it usually is, but moving forward, that's still going to be Tennessee's calling card. They're going to win a ton of games just off the back of that defense alone. I just talked about how Kentucky's depth allows them to withstand losing a key piece, or maybe one of their best players has an off night. I don't know that you can say the same thing about this Tennessee team. I've been really impressed with what Zakai Ziegler's done the last few games. I think he's looked really good. Milicic had a really good game in this one, 16-9, 3 threes. But this Tennessee team just isn't deep enough offensively to where Chaz Lanier can go 3 for 13 from the field, 0 for 7 from 3, and everything's just going to be fine. And I think that's kind of the concern with this Tennessee team. Last year, we saw the Volunteers on the doorstep of the Final Four. That team had offensive questions that were all effectively answered by Dalton Knecht being the ultimate ace in the hole, a true offensive force, basically a one-man offense. Guy you could always trust to go get you a bucket when you needed it. I think Chaz Lanier has been really, really good. Really, really good, but he's just not the same level of offensive force that Dalton Knecht was. He just isn't. So the question for Tennessee moving forward is whether or not the rest of the team can step up offensively and make up for that, because I just don't think Chaz Lanier is a guy who you can rely on offensively to the same degree that you did Dalton Knecht. You need more from other guys. So yeah, another high-level win for Kentucky where the Wildcats' depth was on full display. That resume is looking really, really nice as we get closer to March Madness.